God bless you. We are back now. Well, I forgot to do another type of edit to this video. Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about filters. But before we talk about effects and filters, I'm actually going to do another type of cut here, another split. I forgot, and I noticed is that there's a moment where this brother opens his eyes. You see that? Let's just watch that. He opens his eyes right there, and we kind of lose that connection. I don't want that. I kind of want just the video to be him when he closes his eyes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it somewhere here because I know that's still closed. And I'm just going to start using my arrows to kind of find where his eyelids or his eyelashes kind of like tell me. There you go. There's a movement there. See that? Okay, see that? There's a moment where he opens his eyes. So I don't want that. Okay, I just want to see that. So his eyes are closed here. All right, so that's kind of where I want it. So I'm going to do a split here. I'm going to do that by pressing on S. Okay, oops. Before I do that, got to click and control click to select. Okay, because again, I want to include that audio. Here we go. S. Good. Now, I'm clicking on an open space or like on just emptiness on the timeline, and I'm using this click drag. I'm selecting this. I'm going to cut it now. Here we go. Control X, or I can click on scissors. Here we go. Very nice. Okay, now let's talk about filters. Now, before we do that, let's just watch the video. Let's see what we've done so far. I like it. It's focused on him. The camera's pretty still. You know, he's doing his thing. He's worshiping right there. A youth that is worshiping. Okay, so this is great. Now, there's a problem, though. If the video was just to finish like this, it'll literally just pop in and it just ends. Okay? I mean, it just stops. So I actually want to add a filter. All right? Now, what is a filter? Well, this is kind of like an effect, or think of it like here's the video and we're going to put something on top of it that is overlapping this video. Okay? Now, we're going to put what we call a fade in and fade out. Well, that's what Shotcut calls it, okay? If you go to other types of, video editing software, they have their own names, all right? Here, this is called fade in and fade out. Now, what I'm going to do at this properties tab here, okay, or if you don't probably, depending what you have on this left side, I'm actually going to close it, all right? When I closed it, it makes this video tab bigger, all right? Now, I'm going to open the filters tab. So open the filters tab. I'm going to click here, right, on this tab here. Right, I can click on that, or I can go to view, the views tab, and scroll down to look for filters. And it's giving me a control here, which is control 6. So how about we use that command? We're going to do control 6 to pop up that filter tab. There we go. And we have the filters tab. Now, how does this work? Well, right now, we have to first choose a channel that we want to add a filter to. We want to add an effect to it, right? In this case, nothing is selected. If you recall, whenever we have selected a channel, this red line starts to appear, telling me, it's like acting as borders. It's telling me what we have selected by these red borders, okay? And also the color of the channel changes. It gets a little darker, all right? This is just, Shotcut is just doing it this way, okay? And showing me that we have this channel selected, and that's what I want to do, okay? Now, by me selecting it, any type of filter that we're about to add, okay, we're going to go to this plus sign, and you're going to see what pop up right here. So I'm going to click on this plus sign, and I'm going to add a filter, okay, to this channel. First, we got to actually find it, okay? There's a bunch of different types of, all these are all filters. These are all effects here. We can go to videos effects, all these crazy stuff. That's a lot of free different effects here. We can go to audio effects. Look at all this. That's a lot we can work with. Time. That's kind of like keyframes. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that in a later video. And then I have no idea what this is. Sets. It's kind of like, oh, okay. Well, there has to do with color grading. Don't worry about that right now. I don't want to overwhelm you. Okay, so now I can either go to video and search for the word fade in. All right. But actually, since we know what it's called, I'm actually going to just write it here on the search tab right here on the search bar. So we're going to put fade space in. Cool. So we have one fade in for audio, fade in for video. Now, I only want to do it for video right now since only my video channel is selected. Let's do that. Fade in. Great. All right. Look here in the bottom here. Something happened in this timeline. This kind of like triangle has been added and it's darkening. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move my playhead all the way to the beginning. Okay. How about we do that? Let's just play and let's see what happens. Cool. That looks really good. You know what? I'm going to look at it again. That was just really cool. Moving my play bar to the beginning, and we just added a fade in from black to moving up, you know, showing the whole entire video. There we are. That looks much better. Okay. All right, but we still got this ending here. It's kind of just too choppy. It's just going to look kind of bad if we just, you know, leave it like that. So what we have to add now is another filter, another effect on it. And we're going to call it, it's called the fade out. Okay. So I'm going to go again here. I'm going to add, I'm going to write fade out like that. So we have one for audio and we have the one for video. I'm going to click on that for video. And there you go. Right? Now let's play it from the beginning here. All right. Let's see what we got. Ah, I love that. That looks really nice. Makes it look a little bit more pro, right? There you go. Now, isn't that really cool? Okay. So now that we did this, let's talk about how we can actually edit these fades. We can make them longer or shorter. Okay. So when I go to the actual channel here and I move my mouse up to the corner, the top corner of it, this circle will appear. Okay. When I click on this and drag, I'm actually changing the size of the filter, or kind of like the time of the filter. How long is it going to be fading in or out? Okay, so I'm actually going to just play around with it here. I'm going to make it really long. Let's see how that looks. Here we go. Looks a little smoother. All right. Cool. Let's see what. All right, cool. So that's just a little too much for me though. What if we made it shorter? Okay. Here we go. That's too short, right? I can't even tell that it's even there. Let's see that. That's just too short now. I'll make it longer. Okay. It's kind of almost like how we had it. Maybe a little longer. Kind of like how it just goes smoothly in it. Maybe a little longer. Again, this is just what you decide, right? This is you can come and you can do it and mess around with it how much you want. I'm going to do a little longer. Just my preference. And I'm actually going to make this a little longer too. So this is fade in, and this is how the video is fading out. Let's see. Cool. You know what? I like that. Oh, that's nice. It's just smooth, you know? I really like it. All right. Now, if I would want to take it off, okay? Take off this edit, all right? I can do so by clicking on, I have to have the filters tab open, all right? If for any case you lost it, you can click on, you know, filters here. If you lose it again, you can do Control 6, and it'll open this filter tab. Again, whatever is appearing here, we have different filters here, right? We have these effects. Now, it'll show me what I have based on what I have selected on my timeline. Remember that. If I have this audio selected, you see how nothing's there? Because I haven't added nothing to this audio channel, okay? Let's go back to the video channel. Here it is. All right, let's say I want to get rid of the fade out. Okay, just for whatever reason, right? I just want to show you how to get rid of an effect that you have. Okay, I can come down here and there's all these things I can copy and paste, copy or paste, right? And I can also take it away by doing this. Remove selected filter. So let's do that. Remove it. There you go. And now there's no fade outs. Okay, I'm going to do Control Z because I don't want to do that whole entire thing again. I like it where it was. Cool. So now doing that again, just checking it. All right. Don't worry about all this other stuff here. Duration, all that stuff. Oh, that looks great. That just looks great. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Cool. So now that we have done this type of working with effects, we're going to work a little bit with the audio in the next video. Okay, and this is going to introduce us to something different called keyframes. I'll see you in the next video. God bless you, okay?